Hello. Hi. Hello everybody, here's Dogan, and today we're gonna watch more Chainsaw Man episode 4. Hope you enjoy the series and the reactions and whatever I'm doing here. And well, if you don't, then I hope you will, or if you won't, well, then you won't. But yeah, we're gonna watch more of fucking Chainsaw Man, why not, right? And we're gonna see what's up with more Chainsaw Man and what my opinions about the show is gonna be. But because I was thinking about the show a little bit, and I think the show is nice also explanation about what humans are, and especially how man life is, an exposition about that, and how men, a lot of men, have the pressure to be better than they are. I think that there is a story about that in here too, and I think there's a lot of that about that in Evangelion also. Is that there is a pressure on men also how to be manly and how to be, do everything you need to do, and that you can have problems, etc. And also that your problems are just regular, or just like just like in Chainsaw Man, Denji wants to touch boobs. Is that a bad thing? I was thinking about it that I was talking about that he has only like this materialistic stuff, but I also started to think, is that even bad thing to just have this kind of dream in your life? Is touching boobs the only bad thing? Is that a bad thing that you can have in life? Is that a bad thing? And I think that it's not a bad thing. I think having a dream to be with a beautiful woman for the rest of your life is a worthwhile dream that you can achieve and that you maybe should strive for. But also it's a dream that is kind of false and like silly to have in the regard, because at some point definitely you're gonna have problems. You're gonna have problems, and that just is how it is. You're just gonna have problems in like achieving that perfect dream-like relationship, because that will never happen. That will never happen. There's always gonna be something that you didn't accounted for, and there's gonna be difference in what you wanted there to be. So now I have a question to myself and everybody else watching this show. What is the dream of you? What is your dream? And what is my dream? That's why I have questions for you. That's the question for you, every watcher of this show. What is your dream? And I don't say that you should say that to me. Don't say that in your comments or anything like that. Just say that to yourself. What is your dream? And no matter what it is, touching boobs, having sex for the first time, losing the virginity, that's finding the sex for the first time. Because that's what usually is about, losing the virginity, having like, let's say, I don't know, good job, good paying job, and just affording a good flat to rent, or a house to rent, or maybe collect money to buy a house. That's my dream. I'm gonna say that's one of my dreams. It's not the biggest dream, but it is a end goal dream in the life, in that sense that I just would want to have a place on my own to live. Place where I could rest my bones and turn to dust. That's the place. That's my dream, to have my own house. It's not really to have a beautiful family or anything like that, just to have a house. The rest dreams, because I believe that every human being has more than one dream. I believe so. You have more dreams than just one. You don't have only one dream. There probably has also some dream that is just like a dream that is like not necessary for any of you survival or happiness in life, really. It's just like one time occasion, like let's say I want to have a trip to like fucking, I don't know, some exotic country, We're gonna go there. We're gonna go on a trip, right? That's all dandy and great, because we think that we may achieve that, and we're gonna achieve that at some point. But a lot of us don't achieve the dreams. And that's very sad. But it's a sad part of life, that some of us fail. Even though we try the hardest, but we fail. And someone may say, oh, you didn't try hard enough. Maybe. Or maybe I did try hard enough and it still didn't work out. That's my question is to everybody, what is your dream? Ask yourself that. And I also want to say, why is the dream so important to us? Why is the living in a life and having like a dream or anything is so important to us? Why? Why? Why is having something to live for so important for us humans? We could just be like animals, being happy about like just living daily life, and that's it. Why do we need something else to strive for? I mean, there are some people who just are content with living their life normally, which I envy a lot because I have a lot of dreams that I want to accomplish. And I don't say that your life is worthless or is less worthy than mine because I have more aspirations than you or whatever. There are some people who have bigger aspirations than me, that's for sure. Like being a scientist, etc. Just being like someone great in the field of anything, right? But that doesn't mean that my dreams are less worthy. And that's the same is like with the problems. It's like people are talking about problems and it's like my problems are more expensive than yours, or like my problems are more daunting than yours. My problems are more hurting me than yours, right? Like your problem is like not having a place to live. That's a big problem. But someone else's problem is that he wants to like came out to this girl that he likes her. He doesn't know how. That's the biggest problem yet. But that's okay because that's everyone's have their different lives and different problems, right? But that's just life. Like everybody else is different. And I think this show, Chainsaw Man, I was thinking about it because I was thinking because I was saying that his dream is not like is materialistic, but is there something more, which I still stand by. But I think that it's also wrongly looking at the problem that this show may be gonna talk about is that you don't need more dreams. This one dream can be enough for you because that's your dream and you should carry it on. It doesn't mean that your stupid dream, it sounds stupid, touch boobs, sure. Be with other girl. I mean, Denji has already few dreams. He wants to touch the boob. He wants to be embraced by a loved one. Well, he got embraced by Makima, but that doesn't mean that it's with love. He still doesn't have that person that's gonna love him and stay with him. He still doesn't have it. So I understand like the problems of this show, but I also understand that there is problems with everything. So I assume that there's gonna be more talk about the dreams in the show, because dreams are important to being part of the human, because that's what we decided as a human beings. So what I'm saying and rambling here today about in this opening section of Chainsaw Man is that I think that Chainsaw Man and my look at the show was a little flawed. That I need to look at it from different perspective also, that Denji is a teenager maybe, but he's a young adult, whatever his age was. He's just a young man and he just gets into the life and he still needs to understand that not everyone is beautiful and loving. Not every woman is gonna have great intentions towards you. A lot of them probably gonna use you. Just like a lot of men gonna use you. A lot of different people gonna use you in your life. That's the truth. Because I believe that a lot of people do manipulate, just like Makima manipulates them and a little bit, gives them this beautiful feeling of love and compassion, but still Denji can't quit being from here into like going on his own journey, because he's gonna be fucked up and killed, because he's a devil. So it's the same with like in real life. It's like, do you really have any freedom? And like I'm saying, everybody manipulates somebody. To a little extent or to a bigger extent, they do. They do manipulate people. But I am still, I think, talking on the subject a little bit about human nature, because human nature is in the show of Chainsaw Man. Even to is about like demons, devils, whatever bullshit the fuck they called. They are still humans. At their core, they are humans. They have human characteristics. And that's the problem and subject in a lot of media. Devilman and like even Berserk. these demons were humans, or they have just humans characteristics. Because it's like Makima. She brings Denji here, but she still wants something in return from him. She wants to make him into a legend devil. A weapon, maybe. And Denji wants to have someone to love and be loved because he didn't have that in his life. But he needs to also realize that this is not maybe what he wanted, because he already had someone that loved him. It was Pochita. But Denji still doesn't understand that. He goes for the physical touch of a woman. That's a great dream. It's truly not bad dream, and that's what I wanted to say truly from this opening, 20 minutes opening, that I enjoy the show. And I think that I was looking at it a little bit wrong with the how characters are presented. And that I dismissed the dream because they are not like, oh, I want to be happy in life, etc. Relationship can bring happiness. Don't let you be fooled that by these people who are like, oh, you need to be happy in life before you go into a relationship to be happy. The bullshit. No relationship ever will fucking work great. It can work only great for like fucking Instagram fucking reels or whatever, because they record that. They record the great parts. They don't record the screaming parts, the silly parts. They don't record the parts that are not appealing to other human beings. They don't. They don't record that. They don't show that, right? They don't. Like everybody else, we don't show our more appealing side. We don't want that. But that's a true part of us, and it's truly, if we would admit before ourselves that maybe we are fucked up a lot of times, then maybe humanity would be more happy. Because then we would at least understand that I have darkness inside of me, like everybody else has, and I am working not to suppress it or whatever, but just to like accept that there is this darkness. But I still accept that there is this darkness, but I won't act onto it because I'm better than this. And I think that this kind of theme is present in Berserk right now, when it's publishing with the, well, spoilers, with the Berserker armor, etc. That's the theme that there is. I won't say anything else, but that's the theme right now in the Berserk. Not to suppress your emotions, because he was doing that through the whole story, through the power of the armor, suppressing the negativity, but to embrace it, accept it, and rebuild it into something more positive. Just accepting that there is something wrong with us, accepting with that there is. If the dreams are not worse or better, they are not worthless or worthless or fucking worth more. They are just dreams, and you should hold on to it. Everybody of you. Just like there is no true answer in what Denji should do with his dream. Should he accomplish his dream? Should he touch just the boob? And what's gonna be the next dream? Or should he rethink his dreams? I don't know. It's up to him. I'm not the one to judge. I'm viewing a history from a standpoint of in real life, I'm just watching a cartoon with the themes that the author wanted to speak about, because maybe they bug him. And essentially, I think like when watching cartoons or reading a book or listening to music or watching a movie, you have a little conversation with the person that made it in some way, because he presents you the themes, and then you have like a conversation with yourself. Do I agree with these themes, or do I disagree with these themes? Do I think that is right, or do I think it's wrong, right? You just spoke your heart out. And I think that's the kind of way that Denji is right now. He's afraid to a little bit let his heart speak out. And his heart now is Pochita, Chainsaw Man. Is he afraid to do that? He's kind of like a little bit hesitant about going into this monster form. Last episode he did. And I think that he was more free than he is while being a pet for Makima and the others in the organization. Because that is what he kind of is, a pet. Locked inside, not a free human being. No one is really free. There's always some rules, right? But he has even less freedoms than most of us. he is threatened with death if he will leave. But I know one thing, that Chainsaw Man is a great show because it makes me think about this stuff. And maybe I think about it too much. Maybe I shouldn't think about it. Maybe I should just look at it at face value. Maybe I should. But I don't. I believe that there is more just than face value. Because I believe that there is a lot of different way of looking at story. At face value. At a lot deeper meaning. And at a completely deeper meaning disregarding the story. Just catching up the themes and like thinking about the thought process of the author, you know. There's the meaning always that never will be shown to the public if the author won't speak about it. Because everyone that creates something has also their own meaning for that thing, and it's personal, completely personal. And even if they're gonna admit to some stuff, etc., or release that, you know, release the foam and say what is what, they still can hide some information. Because that's the truth. It's that you can make a song about, like, I don't know, like Nirvana, Rape Me, anti-rape song. But I believe that there is some more hidden meanings, maybe about industry, music industry, like a lot of people say. Maybe there's something about how Kurt Cobain feels that he's raped by life. Or maybe there's also some hidden meaning that no one knows, not even his family, loved ones, whatever. No one knew what his, opinion about that. He only knew. He now will never tell. Not that he would, probably. He shouldn't. Authors should never reveal their complete secrets about the story. Because I believe that every author has some deeper meaning for the story that is just like, maybe not even present in the story. They just were thinking about it while writing the story. And they just, when read the story and when they see this title, all these emotions just unlock in their head. And no one will ever know about these emotions, that what it brings into the show, or maybe what the show truly should purpose be, and it just came out naturally how it did. But it was different assumptions that created it. We will never know, and I think that's beautiful, and we shouldn't, because it's just revealing something that we shouldn't. Everyone should have some little secrets. And from all this rambling, I just gonna say I want to see more Dream of Denji. And I just want to say that I'm gonna look a lot different for at the show than just on like the surface level of like wanting something more, or maybe just looking at more at the surface level. Like, he wants to touch poops. That's it. Okay, that's his dream. It's not less worth than others. And it was since episode 1. Their dreams were to get power and they turned into zombies. But were they lesser dreams than ours? I don't know. On to the Chainsaw Man. Thank you for listening. Let's watch the episode. Okay, let's watch the episode, everybody. Alright, I hope that everything records great and I hope my rambling pays off. And maybe some people are gonna have some conversation with me about that. I don't promise you that I will answer to everything or I will answer at all. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think so. I really care that much about opinion, what I said. I think I care that you should open before yourself. That's just what I wanted to say. What you truly want from this show and what is your dream. And don't say that to me, because what do I care? What I gotta do with that? What do I care? Why should anybody care? You should care. Okay, let's watch it. So why are we running? Because that's human brain. Human brain that is speaking itself in third person. Because we are the brain. Yet we are referring to brain as the brain. Because the brain doesn't like when we speak about the brain as like we are the brain. The brain doesn't like that. Why? Why do we not like and we forget subconsciously that we are the brain? Why do we forget when we like get too real about our existence? It's like goes away in like few minutes, and we focus on like different things that are just like eating, etc., etc. Why is that? Why is that we forget that we are the brain? Why do we forget that we are this bunch of organs and meat sacks? Why do we forget that? When we forget that we are getting more like existential, a lot of humans don't like that, and our brain doesn't really like that. So we need to fight it. That's very interesting to me. It's always so interesting that especially that I bring a lot of existentialism to human beings, it fills them with dread. But why? Why does life fill us with dread and death? Because it ends? But so many people believe that there's so much more after death. And that's always so interesting to me, is that the human brain, and not in the sense how it works really, in the sense that it's like comes up with everything that we are right now, with the sense of being human, etc., etc. What's wrong, what's right, what's blah blah blah, what's blah blah blah, morality, all the justice system, blah bullshit, blah blah. It's a human concept, because animals don't really have that. They don't give a fuck. Why humans decided to do such things? It's always so interesting to me. It's because intelligence means more problems for ourselves, and I am saying this because, like she's saying, our life is meaningless. In some regard, maybe it is. Also, I want to say it's power that you don't have enough like stamina, but it's about blood, I guess. So if you're gonna lose a lot of blood, you can't change. Well, at least you have pointy fucking chainsaw on your forehead that you can do shit about, because this fucking worm dick monster with tits, otters, can fuck you up. Like I was saying, let's not judge the dreams, right? This is her dream, to eat all humans. Is it less worth than him touching the boobs? Well, you can argue about one is more evil than the others, but that the others, ha ha ha, boobs, otters, ha ha ha. But also you can argue that this is all bullshit, and well, the dreams are dreams, and her dream is to kill everybody of us. Okay, I only heard that there is some monster in the manga that was cut out because he was like weirdly, maybe some sexual violence, blah blah. I don't know if this is this monster or there's different monster that this monster is replacing. I don't know. I just heard that there is. It reminds me of the situation with Wild in the Berserk. Like, no one wanted to fucking show him ever outside of a fucking video game on PlayStation 4 and well, Xbox, I think. Well, it's also on PC on Steam. I created a mod for that, and I'm gonna create another mod that was very highly asked about that. The mod that is like remove the HUD from the game. I am doing that. I already finished that kinda. I just need to tweak it a little bit and it's dandy. But yeah. Only that game has fucking Wild. And if you read Berserk, you know who Wild is. There's a lot of sexual violence, etc. But I always say that Wild can be animated. You just need to tone down the fucking explicit nature in the way that it's like abstracted and everything. Like, you don't even need to cut it out. Like the Berserk Memorial Edition shows up some violence and guts. You can do that. You don't even need to show the act. You can just like allude to it or just show like abstract by the shadows. Like, there's so much fuckery you can do with that, and like to not get, banned or whatever. It's like age restricted maybe. Just there is like Berserk is already age restricted. I mean, come on, you can't cut out Eclipse or like. Well, Guts' backstory was cut out from 1997. That sexual abuse on him. But it wasn't even explicit either. It was just like Donovan looming over him, and then just like it cut into the after deed is done, which truly to me was more impactful than the whole Eclipse. But that's just me. Just the way of that, like leaving you to imagination, the pain and suffering is more impactful to me than just seeing it. But that's just me. Go whatever. I'm gonna read the manga. If anybody is like watching it from this episode or whatever, the reaction series, I said that I'm gonna read the manga. After I'm gonna watch the anime, I am reading the manga. This is like I am psychic. This is literally what I was talking today at the opening. Well, I was rambling about a lot of things, but this is one of the things I was talking about during the discussion at the opening. And this episode literally reinforcing what I said. She says it's a lowly desire. But is it? It's just his dream. It's no worse or better than yours. Sorry, Denji, that I was like that in the past 3 episodes. Now, before this episode even started, I rethink that, and now I am on your page. Character development. I just have no fucking words. That this is like what I came up today before watching this episode. Why? Why do I think about that before? I didn't know shit about this episode, dude. I didn't know. I was just assumed that there's gonna be aftermath what happened with Power, but this here. Leech Devil. Dick Devil sounds better. Also, her dream of eating humans is better than you, Denji, sorry. But also Aki commands a fucking demon wolf? Fucking spiritual wolf? The fuck is this shit? I was thinking that he's gonna like pull up the katana and cut her in half or something, but no. There was... when could I even fucking predict that? Never. I mean, this is not the first time that you are reattached. In the first episode you were fucking decapitated and Pochita reformed you, so I was assuming that maybe that's this final part. But when his arm get cut off, I was like, yeah, it's probably gonna be regenerated. I don't think there's gonna be a super robot arm. And the other majors of humans, I guess. But it's not less moral to what he is trying to do. People. No, Aki's fucked. Makima fucks him in the ass. Oh my god. And not the way maybe he would want. I don't know. Aki preferences. But he now has 2 fucking bumps in his apartment. Do they even pay rent? Touch the booba. Like I was saying that she was looking very like Makima before I was watching the show. I was thinking that they are like, I don't know, sisters, the same person's sisters, but they are different fucking people. Before the outro, now there's gonna be a problem. Or maybe not. Aki can be with Makima maybe, huh? No, probably not. But now he's more aroused by Power. So who is gonna choose? Makima or Power? So triangle of love or whatever bullshit, but sure. She's your angel devil because she lets you touch the booba. You need to rethink how you want to touch the booba. Okay, only 3 squeezes. More than 1, like you wanted, but also there's no rule that you can't touch, like in a bra, or maybe without the bra, or maybe without any clothes. Rethink that option, Denji, because only 3 squeezes. And the shenanigans of touching boobs is over, and you need to strive for another dream. Because that's what you did. You strive for having some relationship, and you have kind of that with Makima. You get hugged, and you get meals. Then you came up with touching boobs. Now touching boobs is gonna be off. What else? What's next? Can you just give me like a bigger place then? Maybe? Maybe can we rent like an apartment for like 3 people? Not barely for 2? I mean, for 2 it's okay, it's possible to live there. There's not a problem. But for 3, now there's gonna be a problem. Who's gonna sleep where? Do you gonna sleep together, Power and Denji? Probably not. She's gonna sleep with Aki? Probably not. Aki gonna be like, get the fuck out of my house. I don't want fucking you in my bedroom ever. There's gonna be a problems. But it also shows that they're gonna be friends. Great friends together. Yeah. It's so amazing that fucking Denji is like a bridge between both of them, but he's more on the side of fucking on Aki, but more like forward with what Aki is saying. It's amazing that they are coming like together and being more friends after the agreement a little bit in the hospital. I don't see a problem why Rule 34 probably strives on this. Because this is so sexual as fuck. Girl and boy who locked themselves in a bathroom, and now she's like, touch my boobs. We only gotta touch boobs? I mean, Denji, that's his dream, but I guess. And why she's fucking... I mean, they are not fucking yet, but why is she fucking blushing? She was like whatever before. Like, that's very human of her to blush of being touched in a boob area. That's sure, why not? It's a little goofy as fuck, but I love goofiness in this show. Great. I wanted to realize the opening. So okay, this episode, well, was human and the dreams, and I was having like almost fucking 40 minutes or maybe more rant about it before the fucking reaction. Then the reaction happens. Then I was pausing a lot during that shit. Then I was now talking about the episode. I have no much to say because I said my prediction before. The human nature and the etc. and the dreams. Everything they bring up in this episode. So I have nothing to say other than I was right. And I was on right thought process maybe. Myself. Because that's what the show is saying. But it's also the show is saying that you are right. He needs a little more to strive for than just touching boobs. But also touching boobs is not worse than striving for something more. So, now that power, let's Denji squeeze the hogs. I mean, the tits. The tits, the mitts, you know. Power lives with Denji and Aki. That's gonna be great. For Aki, for sure. Makima uses a little manipulation. Okay, so let's analyze the episode because I don't know if I have a lot to say. Other because I was saying this action scene was cool. I liked this fight. It was pretty like neat. It was very nice to see something like more tactical in a sense that I can't rely on my powers fully, so I can't obliterate this fucker. I gotta try what I try to do with just my little chainsaw from the forehead. But I also kind of fail because she impales me with her tongue. That tongue can do a lot. And then this fucking shit comes out and it fucking bites her fucking clean off. Then of course survives that because he can regenerate and bullshit. Blah 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 blah. Lich demon does Lich devil. Lich devil. And one dream is not less than the other and not bigger than the others. Yeah. What we have here? So we have these 4 motherfuckers, I mean with Aki 4. Yeah. Newbies. Assist any survivors and because the civilians. Okay, they are newbies. Sure. Himeno. We have other character, Himeno, who is very much more like Aki, more immediately you know that they are more good match for themselves than Makima and Aki. Makima is not really good match for anyone. Power is more good match for Denji, but yeah. Dream battle, yeah. He was saying that the committee for questioning, of course. Let's have the cut. Fox Devil. Oh, interesting. He has a contract. Aki contract with Fox Devil. He needs to offer part of his body, like skin or arm. That would hurt like a motherfucker. But to get to eat a part of my body. Well, sure. This time I give it some skin. Not really friendly. He like explains that they always want something in return, which is right. Iron makes a contract with devil. He says so, one thing here. Adventure makes a contract with devil so they can fight other devils. He says there's some other things out here. Devils constantly seek the death of humans. Interesting. Only. But we also see that it's not true because powers now is more about saving her cat. And maybe he'll change his mind that not every devil is the same. But here also we see a great exception from Denji, that he protecting power and her relationship with her. Very interesting. Very fucking interesting. I really like that. He's like very into that. Maybe because she needs to let him touch boobs, or maybe just because he's a decent human in the regard that he doesn't really find it bad because he understands her struggle, maybe. no humans died, like I was saying. Denji, even in his weird protection mode, and like I don't care, he still protected a lot of people and no one died. But we have also this great conversation about Denji, with Denji and Aki here, that we, well, like he is saying, you need to have different morality, etc. You need to do whatever they deem what do you need to do. I don't know if that's bad or that's good or that's not good. I don't know. I don't want to think that it's maybe gonna be bad in later on. We're gonna see. We're gonna see about that. But no, we're gonna see what's gonna be up with that relationship between them. With how Denji say that he's gonna try to be more human, and maybe Aki is gonna be less stiff because of Denji and power, and he's gonna change his mind that people can be friends with devils, probably, maybe. So that's interesting conversation. The whole preparation of Aki to see Makima, great characterization on his part. His whole daily routine of like a little piece of like making coffee, smoking. He doesn't really mind Denji anymore really that much, but they are now striving to mind power until Denji touches her boobs, I guess. I don't know if we're gonna see the deed, probably, but he doesn't probably mind her now anymore either. Aki, on the other hand, can be a problem. Big rambling at beginning, little small rambling at the ending, because I fucking said what I had to say. The gun devil is the next episode 5. But they were also talking about the gun wound. I'm so interested in that. I can watch this scene. We of the 4th Division admitted the later. Okay, 4th Division. I guess Himeno and 2 others. Who also are like devils, I guess, maybe? They transform? Or maybe maybe they don't transform. It is just like a stylistic choice, they appear after that. I don't know. Maybe they are the devil, like they merge together and they become the devil. I don't have idea. Chief, I don't have idea. We're gonna find out later. And 2 others. We don't know the names of the 2 others. So I want to see more. And later, no gun flesh was found in the bat or leech. And the gun is from big, with big letters, so that's a name. No. I am gonna be interested in seeing someone who is called Gun. That's for sure. That's all I have to say. That was also interesting to me. Gun. Maybe it's just reading it too much, or maybe not. We're gonna see, because next episode is called Gun Devil, so maybe I'm not reading that much into it. Some little, you know. So yeah, of course, we're gonna see next episode 5, Gun Devil. Next time. Patreon, you probably can see episode 5 already. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for your support on Patreon and on YouTube. Thank you for everything you do for me. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hearing me out. Have a nice life. Have a nice night. Have a nice day. A little spin on the phrases. Goodbye. See you around. Hope you all have a great time, great day, great life, great night, great everything around. And see you again next time in Chainsaw Man or other shows. Bye bye.